Hello everybody, my name is Pravus. Welcome back to more Empire at War, Thrawn's Revenge. I just finished conquering this corridor of New Republic planets in between the videos, like I said I would. You missed absolutely nothing. That said, I also sent in my Sovereign to take a look at Bothawui, and it looks like we found the remnants of the New Republic Navy, and a very big ship I don't recognize. So I figured we should go ahead and start the video there and see exactly what we are in for. What is that down there? There's a bunch of big, nasty-looking ships. Doesn't look absolutely atrocious. Wait, no? Huh. I saw a really big ship. Now, I know that somewhere down the line, the New Republic can and will build the Viscount Star Defender, which is what I thought we may have just found, but it looks like the answer to that may be no. In which case, this may be a perfect opportunity to bring in our buddy the Sovereign. And I could pop up close to them to start, like attacking them up front, but I think I'd rather buy myself as much time as possible to make use of my turbo laser and just get some free kills out on these guys. What do we have here? These are MC-90s. That's a lot of guns and health on these things. I think these are scarier to me than the Republic Star Destroyers, which, by the way, I keep seeing, like, I think I've seen 6 of them now named the Reptavian. Very creative, guys. Very creative indeed. Yeah, these MC-90s have the most shields and the most DPS on them. They're tanky. I think these are the ones that we're going to blow up. So it's time for a little bit of super laser action, which I have a hard time believing this isn't going to immediately die. There it goes. Boom. Even if I retreated right now, we could technically just keep bouncing back and forth from hyperspace and doing that. And we could get free kills. It's cheating. Well, not really cheating. It's cheap, but it's functional. Yes, you fool. Keep trickling your ships in one at a time to get broadsided by the Sovereign. The Autarch is thirsty. Feed them with your blood. Whoa, what just happened? Holy frick! Okay, hang on. What just popped out of hyperspace? Is that the Viscount? I think it might be. Hang on. It's not actually out of hyperspace entirely yet, so I can't see it. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, my God, look at this thing. 100,000 health, 90,000 shields. Oh my God. Not to mention, is that 150 guns on it? I mean, yeah, it doesn't have like a super laser, but that's got way more guns than my Sovereign does. Oh my God, I am nothing compared to this. Okay. Yeah, this guy right here, 100% can destroy my Eclipse. It is probably time for me to make a run for it. I'm going to try to knock out at least one more of these MC-80s real quick, though that might be a bit risky. As long as my engines are surviving, and they are, I think we're still fine. We might as well inflict a little bit more casualties right there. There we go. Now it is time to run before this thing can get to me. Holy crap. I don't even know if the Eclipse can beat this. 100, like, even a super laser, there's like, it can barely scratch this thing. Super laser does something like 40,000 damage, which is great most of the time. But when they got 90,000 shields, oh, how'd I lose this? Oh well, they got 90,000 shields. Wowzers, dude. All right, well, we're apparently retreating to Dasucha, and now I'm terrified that they can send a Viscount to start clearing me out. Well, let's go ahead and at least bring the Eclipse over to Nal Hutta, and what we might do is using the Eclipse and the Sovereign is tag team. Ooh, there's another big scary ship here. Tag team back and forth between attacking and then retreating in Bothawui, and see if we can remove every bit of reinforcements. Isolate that Viscount, and maybe then we can take it on. That might be the most powerful ship I've ever seen, to be honest. Okay, so we found some more scary things here in Nal Hutta. I brought a scout ship, right? I did, thank God. Okay, so let's see what's going to be involved in this one. I have the Eclipse, and this may be a situation where it makes sense to, again, do damage and retreat, depending on if he has 2 Viscounts. Can he have that? I mean, I've got 2 Dreadnoughts, so maybe, but usually there's some sort of a build limit. No, but he's got something else here. What is this? A Viscount prototype. Oh, okay. I'm not worried about those. Those are fine. The Eclipse can 100% handle you. So I'm going to go ahead and actually just move you forward a fair bit. Like this. So we are actually in range to do some damage kind of right off the bat. And we're just going to destroy this thing. I assume I can do that, right? Yeah, you've got almost 50,000 health. I am pretty sure a turbo laser can almost knock you out. It won't completely do the job, but it should be very close. Oh, look at that. Okay, very close. Practically no hard points remaining on you. Okay. Man, even with all those hard points gone, they still took down a lot of my shields on the Eclipse. Freaking heck, these things are actually pretty strong and scary. All right, but at least with the Viscount prototype down, that's some pretty good damage for me. As long as we're careful with these victory cruisers, we shouldn't really lose them. I don't really have any reason to do so. Do you have any, like, ion guns? Yeah, the Eclipse, just like the Sovereign, actually has, I think, 5 more guns, but it mostly is turbo lasers, which is really good for doing lots of damage once you've broken through the shields. The problem is, I'm looking at that Viscount with 90,000 shields, and I'm thinking, yeah, this is gonna be a bit on the tricky side. I don't think that the Eclipse can win against that Viscount on its own. I really don't. We're gonna have to isolate it, and we're gonna have to use some sort of clever tactics in order to find its weak spot. Maybe a blind spot in behind, kind of like any other Star Destroyer. Maybe. That may be my only method of victory. Okay, Nal Hutta. Glorious Jewel is what the planet is called in Huttese. Are those little huts down here? Hey, look, it's giant worm people. They're not really going to be able to do much. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure I can outrun them if I need to, but yeah. So that's going to be fun. I think I saw a fairly large Republic presence on this planet, so the Hutts are neutral. They'll fight everybody. But I do worry that maybe the Republic actually has some pretty sizable forces over here, too. Ooh, V-Wings. Okay. These guys are dangerous, I would say. And sure enough, they are sending, oh wow, a lot after me. Okay, you know what this means? It means, Palpatine, I need you to run in here. And I need you to force corrupt like all of these guys. Preferably before your apprentice gets murdered, because obviously that would not go well for me. And force corrupt and run. Alright, so now we have a lot of forces. That's going to be a lot of guns fighting for me, and a lot of guns turned upon their fellows. Okay, now that we've been able to take out a lot of their immediate forces, we're making some good progress. I do actually like these new AT-ATs. I think the new turbo laser guns they have on them are actually slightly better at taking out enemy armor and such, which is just fantastic. If we can get rid of this planetary shield generator, it means it's time for some bombing runs. There we go. That begins now. And the dynamic duo of the Sith are, well, still pretty freaking potent on their own, if nothing else. Pretty darn effective. And there we go. Now, Hutta turns out not that bad. Got a little scary at one point, but Force Corrupt can totally change the outcome of a battle. All right, we want to actually move this up. Okay, whew. I was going to say, we want to move this fleet out of here before it accidentally gets joined up into one big fleet, because that's going to get really freaking annoying really quickly. But all right. Let's go ahead and start getting some defenses on Nal Hutta. This actually is now the new choke point, though I like having a fallback option over here. Let's go ahead and start building some reinforcing armies, just in case I need them. Some AT-PTs or so over there wouldn't be so bad, and let's just have some extra production facilities nearby. Alright, so the real question then is, how the actual heck am I gonna bust through Bothawui with that Viscount? And actually, it's Viscount, not Viscount. What am I saying? I have no idea. I apologize. I'm sure that makes some people cringe. All right, so let's use this as a good scouting operation, not only to destroy a Golan starbase and then run away, but also just get a good look at that Viscount and see exactly what it has to option. So here's the Eclipse. No raiders, which is what I wanted to see. I don't mind a trade station. So looking at your guns, well, you got guns kind of everywhere, if I'm being honest. You look like you have the least on the back. That should take care of that starbase, so that's good. So we're going to retreat rather than risk losing anything, of course. That's a lot. Like, oh my gosh, look how many freaking missiles he's got on this thing, too. I don't even have those. Yeah, 10 assault concussion missiles. Oh my god, this thing has 160 different weapons on it, and I've got 158. No, 163, my mistake. Yeah, the back looks like it might be the least defended, but it's certainly not toothless. If maybe we can pop in behind it and then do some damage from behind while a super laser reduces the shields, maybe we can do it. but it's still gonna be a little on the tight side. Okay, get the heck out of there. I love how it has like kind of a double pyramid look. Yeah, anyway. All right, so that gets rid of the Victory 2. We're gonna need, I'll be honest, we almost need this entire fleet worth of reinforcements just so we can pop in and destroy them. Oh my god, I think we have to. I can't believe it, but I think we do. I think we actually join these two fleets together. Now that the Viscount should be isolated, we can try, but oh my god, this thing is gonna be insane. So we'll bring in a fleet carrier, only because I know I'm gonna want that. Good news, looks like we will be able to retreat, so that's what we wanted to see. So, the Eclipse needs to go in. I'm gonna pull it back as far as I can to buy myself as much time for a second turbo laser shot as possible. We would love to annihilate the shields on this thing before we pull in any reinforcements. So let's see what happens with our super laser. Okay. About half the shields. Oh my god. This is nuts! Okay, well, good. So we're gonna want to keep all of our fighters handy over here with the goal of warding off his fighters. How many squadrons do you bring in? Okay, up to 30. And I can bring in up to 44. So I technically can have more fighters than you can. That's good, question mark? I'll put all of you on group number 3. I mean all of you. And hopefully this works. You actually stay on group number 1. All right, so we're just gonna sit here. He's already coming after me. But we're not engaging. We're not doing a dang thing. We're just sticking back in a corner, getting as much time as possible for a second shot. Although, to be fair, he is regenerating those shields as is. Nonetheless, let's see what happens. The second, okay, he's already in range to start doing some damage. Do we go for it? Okay, I think we go ahead and just move the Eclipse forward and start hitting him as hard as we can to keep the shields low, knowing that we are going to be taking a lot more damage to my shields than he is. But I have the advantage of a full shield bar, and he's already been reduced down to half. So we're almost on par in terms of shields right now, but he has the ion strength, and I most definitely do not. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, fighters. I don't care about you guys. Go intercept his B-Wings. And we're going to start trying to harass him with small ships, since I know that that is a weakness of Superstar Destroyers. Our shields have already been knocked down by about a third. We've knocked his down by another third. Here's one problem, though. I already have learned from the Super Laser that it doesn't do hardpoint damage, just hull. So a second Super Laser shot may end up being effectively useless. Maybe. All right, so this is where I'm going to have to do something bold here, and I'm going to have to pray that I can turn around quickly. We're going to launch an allegiance. That's about all I can afford. Oh my god, we are in so much trouble. All right. Maybe some strike cruisers from a long distance. That's all I can afford. The Eclipse takes up so much space. Maybe the Sovereign actually would be a better shot with this. You think? Maybe. He's launching some attacks at me. All right, turn around. That's all we can do. That's it. It's really going to be Eclipse versus Viscount, and there's not much else I can do about it. So I'm going to focus fire what I think are his biggest, scariest guns. He is now mated with my Eclipse, which I find somewhat amusing. Take out the missile launcher, I suppose. Oh, boy.
Ready for orders. Fire at
Yeah, keep harassing him where possible. Allegiance, focus on those engines. Strike cruiser, same deal. He's coming a little bit more toward me. I need you to move a little bit further forward. And you can do focused weapons for a teeny bit of extra damage. This is going to be close. This is going to be uncomfortably close. Okay, I think engine support is down at this point. There is one really important factor we have working for us, and that is the Super Laser. Now, I know it won't destroy his hard points. So once we think we've taken him down to, I guess, about a third, maybe a little over health, if we use a Super Laser, we might be able to just kill him outright. We're winning this fight right now, and if we can take out his engines, of course, that'll be helpful because it just reduces his maneuverability even further, which I think that might have been the last of his engines. I'm going to save this turbo laser battery, and we're going to see if this is enough. He's in a weird spot where most of his broadsides aren't doing anything against me, and I'm still mostly able to fire forward, but he can't fire as far forward. So by virtue of literal ship design and hardpoint placement, we might be in an okay spot. Okay, we've done pretty good. His health is most of the way down. I think this is where we go for it. All right, let's get ready. I want to see it. Come on, let me see it. Here we go. Well, apparently not. Darn it, we got so close. Oh, no. I almost had him. Almost had him. Oh, look at that. Like, none of the hard points are gone. Oh, come the heck on. All right, fine. I whiffed the super laser. I fired it slightly too fast. But you know what? Because he has effectively no forward-facing guns remaining, I think we can win just by sitting here. I'm literally just sitting here and focus firing down any gun that I think is facing towards the eclipse. And I can see, like, volleys of lasers to know when I need to swap targets, because that thing's already going to be freaking dead. Case in point, just like that. Boom. Take a look at that. Yeah, we got him. We definitely got him. I think attacking from behind actually has helped quite a bit. We got to do a lot of free damage on some rear hardpoints, which is huge. We've almost got him. Having the superior fighter number actually made a surprisingly good difference, because I think we got a lot of free hits in, and he just evaporates. Okay, the Eclipse is victorious. The Viscount is down. Whew. Okay. Okay. And with that down, we need to go and grab Bothawui, like, now? And we need to find any more of their heavy capital shipyards before they can build a second one of those, because I don't ever want to have to do that again. Bothawui looks like is actually going to be some pretty stiff defense. They've got at least a handful of units over here, which makes sense. Up to this point, it's proven itself to be a fairly valuable world to them. That said, as long as we got our Dark Lords, a couple of mechanized towers, and our space camels, I think we'll end up being just fine and dandy. Where are we going to go? Probably down over here. There's going to be at least a couple turret points over here, but this is the straightest path to try and intercept and take out his army. I would love to get another round of space camels. Hello, V-Wings. What's up? Gosh, I do not like these V-Wings. They're going to be a bit of a pain. Should be all right, though. You go grab this point, Palpatine will grab the other, and we can go ahead and start making our push. Fun fact about these towers, by the way, they give a huge amount of vision because they're so stinking tall, which I didn't even know would be, like, a thing, but I'm really glad that it is, because that's great. Looks like this is actually going to be a sort of a pushover planet. I kind of figured they'd be a lot harder than they actually have been. They had quite a few units. It got a little spoopy for a moment, but nah, they're going to run away. Thank you, AI, for making my life a little bit easier. And boom, Bothawui is gone. No longer have to worry about that nonsense ever again, please and thank you. Oh my god. Let's go ahead and get a hypervelocity gun here, too, because this also might quickly turn into another choke point for me. I'm going to see if we can go clear something out here in Kothlis. Can't imagine they have too much left over here, but I want to be ready for it. Looks like it's going to be mostly some garrisons. That's fine. The Eclipse will happily blow you to smithereens. Oh! Also the place where they stole the plans of the second Death Star. Huh, I didn't know that. Fun. Oh my god, I still love this ship. It's kind of like a Sith holocron, you know? There's like a Sith obsession with proper pyramids. At least at some point in the Star Wars lore, and I just love the way that this ship is designed. I know I've geeked out about the Eclipse for like 4 videos in a row, but I'm sorry. Like, this is my childhood. You guys realize? Like, Star Wars Empire War is one of my most played games when I was a kid. I probably put in a good few hundred hours into that. Don't judge. I only was allowed to play for 30 minutes a day when I was growing up. That was just the rules. But also just, like, reading through all the Timothy Zahn books, the graphic novels and stuff of Dark Empire and Thrawn and everything else. Like, this is just my childhood, like, in a video game format. I think that's one of the reasons I'm really enjoying this mod as much as I am. All right, let's go ahead and begin the invasion of Kothlis. Can't imagine this is going to be much harder than what I've already had to deal with. Nope, turns out it was about as easy as anything else. Okay, so they're all pretty much going to die. Thank you. That is another world in the Emperor's Crown. Okay. So if we continue down this direction, we could go to the Vergesso asteroids, but there's no way to get any meaningful any meaningful amounts of defense there. No hypervelocity cannons because it's just an asteroid belt. I need to send some probes, I think. We need to find out where their capital shipyards really are. I'm going to go down to, let's say, there. And I think that every time we pass a probe through some other planets, we tend to get some free intelligence on them. So this might give me a clue. Case in point, Corellia. We now know a bit more about them. Thyfera, it looks like we learned have nothing. And, oh wow, they have amassed another big fleet. Please tell me that's not a Viscount. It's not, right? No, it's another Home 1 type. Okay, that's completely fine. All right, well, that's a big scary bunch of ships. We could go take on Chardon and hope that there's nothing too crazy over here. I think we're gonna have to. Let's send a fleet. I just need to find these capital shipyards and destroy them nice and quick. Okay, looks like they did have something over here. That's not a Viscount, but it might be a prototype, which I can probably destroy pretty easily using the Sovereign. You might be wondering, by the way, why I'm not attacking some of the independent star systems like Corellia, since I'm pretty sure we could win and take them, and they're pretty decent worlds. And that's probably because, at least at the moment, I feel like... Oh, hey, that's a capital shipyard. Yes! That's because at the moment, I feel like they kind of suit my purposes. Like, it's been kind of beneficial using those independent systems as a choke point with which to abuse my enemies. I am 100% going to use my super laser to destroy this capital shipyard immediately, because it can't survive, and this should hopefully prevent them from bringing in some free MC-80s, as long as we did that fast enough, which I think we did. And I could just sit here for a little bit without risking some extra reinforcements. And I think that might be exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sit here for a little bit. Okay, they seem fairly distracted. I'm going to go ahead and bring in a couple of Star Destroyers of my own now, plus, let's say, a Victory Cruiser and a Strike Cruiser or two, or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, all right. So the Eclipse can tank like it's nobody's business. Let's be honest. These things are really freaking strong. Sorry, it's not even the Eclipse. It's the freaking Sovereign. This isn't even my final form. It's not my best ship. It's just so stinking good. We almost could take on this entire fleet on our own. I actually think that we probably could. But why waste the time and the energy? We might as well just bring in some extra ships and help a little bit, right? I do think this game would be extremely different if ships did not automatically repair after every fight. I think I'd be far more conservative with some of these fleets, making sure that my big ships were not getting, you know, needlessly injured along the way. Could be pretty good. I'm going to send a backup fleet over here toward Endor, since I now know he's got a huge one hanging out here in Murja, which he might use to try and take me on. Can we see what you got here as far as shipyards? We got light frigates. We have no idea over here. Okay. What else are we exploring? Right, we were heading toward the Vergesso asteroids or something. It looks like they've got nothing here. Well, that's easy. And Glomtho only has a garrison. Even better. Okay, easy mode. Absolutely no challenge there either, which is what we'd expect. Garrisons are like instant death. It's really only if they have ships that I have to worry now. All right, so that pushes them back here. Again, it looks like they have effectively nothing at the Vergesso asteroids except for a light shipyard. So you know what? We're going to go ahead and send this fleet down here. We're going to kind of... Whoop! Well, I got something now. Hang on. Now I wish I hadn't committed the entire fleet that direction, but if it's only one ship, we should be able to deal with it. Okay, so the boxes are kind of closing in around them. If we can get up here to Sanruf 6, that's another choke point. We can possibly knock out an important capital shipyard. This capital shipyard's already gone. We need some ground forces to capitalize on that. Kuat, you got some towers and stuff. I like towers. I say we bring some towers and a couple of puppy dogs, and we use these to try and take over the world. It's only 5 units, I'm aware. But, truth be told, I think it can still work. Also, we could bring in some extra people from Kashyyyk. I just realized we have an entire ground force over here we haven't been messing with. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring in another ground force. Oh, God. Okay, they have retreated a huge fleet back over here now. And lots of ground forces, interestingly. Lots of ground forces. I don't know a mediator. I don't know what that is, but it's got a lot of guns on it. I don't want to fight this with what I've got. I really want to kill all of this. I wonder if we can do something clever here. I didn't bring a scout ship. Dang it. No, I can't. All right, we're going to have to run. I was thinking if we had the scout ship, which we didn't because this was a backup fleet, we could have possibly popped up a lot of ships behind the front lines and destroyed all of his ground units and then run away. But in this case, no such luck, it looks like. So what is... This is it right here. That's a lot of hard points. Not to mention you've got a Mon Calamari heavy carrier. Fascinating. Yeah, I don't want to fight this. I think we're going to have to go ahead and run away in this particular case, but this is some interesting intelligence, and we now know where he is amassing a fleet, which means we might want to pull the Eclipse back and see if we can just nuke some of these ships. Good lord, even a super laser couldn't take that thing out. Huh. But if we can handle the Viscount, we can certainly handle that too. Sure, it'll be fine. Where are you going? Oh, you're retreating the wrong way. Oh, well, hang on. I'm going to go ahead and move over here because I think he's bringing a ground... yep, he's exactly where he's trying to go. He's going to bring a ground force to try and attack here in Kothlis. And he will undoubtedly win immediately because I haven't had a chance to build much of anything over here at all. So it depends. Can we reach him quickly? Come in this direction. Dunno. Maybe. But you know what? I think this is actually a good place for me to end this particular video. So that's what we're going to do. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. I think next video, or the next two, we can actually make this a galactic conquest run. I hadn't planned on doing that, but we're so close to finishing off the rebellion. At this point, I say we go for it. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I say hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.